want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow. This feeling's too.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. And the pregame warm-ups are wrapping up out in Houston, where it'll be the Rockets going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. So for the Pelicans, their last game, a win against Los Angeles. That game, a high-scoring affair. We'll see if this one turns into a shootout as well. We all know just how incredible Chris Paul is. Guy gives you everything you want from a floor general. Even at his age, guys, is there any team in the NBA that wouldn't be better if you swapped him into the point guard spot?
Well,
Does he make every team better?
he makes almost every team better. Almost every team. I couldn't say every team, but I would say Golden
Most.
State. I mean, they're not going to be better. And maybe even Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Good
they'd
point.
be better, but he makes most teams better.
Yeah, and he just does so much that it's kind of hard to see a team getting worse with him as their point guard. He's a great player. Wish him well.
That does it for us, for now. We'll see you later.
I never wanna waste your time. My life, so precious. Is yours, is mine. And look at the time. My God, so precious. Is yours, is mine.
The Rockets play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Houston, Texas. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Last game for the Pelicans, they picked up a W against the Lakers. That was a great come-from-behind win, too. They got down but kept their heads up and fought back to win it.
You know, sometimes you're going to win because of your performance, and on occasions, which was the case for them, it's the play of your opponent that allows you to escape with wins.
Yeah, they were up against a team that struggled all night to get things under control. Mistakes and turnovers and just sloppy play all game long.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, James Harden is a great offensive player, but there's no mistaking it. He does dominate the ball. Now, that can bother teammates sometimes, but Coach Mike D'Antoni says when they feel that paycheck every 2 weeks, that should make them play hard. You have to be a star in your role. So when James gets the ball to you, shoot it, and then run back and play hard as heck. Kevin?
Thanks. He's a great passer, David. There's no doubt he can set the table. Obviously, two teams, same conference, lots of history between them. Should be a good one. Brent, who are some of your favorite rivals to compete against?
You know, just growing up around the game of basketball, Kevin, for me to step on the floor against the jerseys, maybe not so much about the player that's in the jersey, but to see Lakers in purple or to see Celtics in green. That to me got my juices flowing. And then, obviously, selfishly, anytime I had the opportunity to play against my brother John, oh boy, I was ready to go.
You loved it, yeah, you savored that. I love that answer, by the way. Playing the team, not necessarily the individual. So the Rockets win the tip. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Rajon Rondo is out there with Holiday. Then there's Okafor. Then there's Etuan Moore. And it's Davis in at the 4 slot. And here's New Orleans now. Here is Rondo. Okafor dishes to Davis. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Davis has got the first points up on the board for New Orleans. And it's Capella missing. And so here is New Orleans. And Moore kicks to Rondo. And they double up Rondo. Holiday, no one around him. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Really like the form from Drew Holiday there. He always looks to take those if the D is going to back up off him.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. It's stolen by Capella. And it's Houston on the break. Harden with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. And it goes down 2 points. Harden's got his first points of the game.
And you got to enjoy watching Harden down low, doing whatever he wants in the paint.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
Rondo against Paul. Outside Rondo. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. New Orleans has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. From deep. The shot misses. And Houston the other way now. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And were able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night. And you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
Yeah, and they certainly did that. What they lacked in offense, they more than made up with defensively. It wasn't pretty, but it was a win all the same.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
And here's Rondo after Clint Capella's bucket. Offensive rebound. Okafor gets the bucket.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
Harden uses the glass to finish the layup. Harden's got his third basket of the night right there.
A guy who converts well at the rim, you like to see the aggression there.
Yeah, it's the first quarter, and he's already in attack mode, setting the tone right here.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Ariza. It's good. This game is all even.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
The Pelicans have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Picked by Okafor, and it's Moore penetrating, loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Moore's got his first 2 points of the night. Goes up the baseline, and there's Ariza. That's good on the assist by Paul.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Ball's knocked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Rondo is doubled on the wing. Davis sets a screen. 6 to shoot. Rondo wide open. A three-pointer is right on target. Rondo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And when you watch those Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
Here's Rondo. The Rockets making the shot. He feeds it to Holiday. Davis sets a screen. Rondo's shot is off.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but, man, that's an easy shot.
Right wing. Moore with it. He's picked up by Ariza. And Moore kicks to Rondo. Tipped away. Stolen by Harden. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Rondo. Boy, he was something else against the Lakers. Now Moore. Holiday with the three. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Okafor, and it's blocked by Capella. And it's Houston on the break. Harden's got the ball over Rondo. Here's Paul, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against New Orleans. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for 2.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. Well, Chris Paul, a player who has always had an incredible shooting percentage as a guard.
Well, before last season, Chris Paul actually went through the LASIK procedure to improve his court vision. So you mean to tell me that all the way up until that point, Chris Paul was struggling with his eyesight? That makes it even more incredible.
And Paul drills both of them.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
Pelicans trail by 3. Now here's Rondo. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Double team on Holiday. Rondo kicks to Davis. Holiday with the 3. Holiday with another miss. So it's the Rockets now. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got assist number 5 here tonight.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for James Harden. And then for New Orleans, Mirotic is checked in for Okafor, and Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Got a piece of it. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Paul. Holiday, the pass to Clark. Here's Mirotic. And again, no good by New Orleans. Capella against Davis. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
So many great point guards in the league right now, guys, who can do much more than just facilitate. Brent, how has that position in your mind evolved over the years?
I think watching these point guards play, Kevin, and their ability to score the basketball has been remarkable. There have been guys throughout the history of the league that have been tremendous scorers at the point guard position, but now with the emphasis on three-point shooting and less about point guards' traditional role of setting up the rest of the team, that's why you're seeing such dynamic play from that position.
Pelicans trail by 10, and first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
And from the day that Anthony Davis was drafted, New Orleans had a win-now mindset.
Well, that's what the decree from the upper management was, and maybe a little bit unfair to put that kind of pressure on such a young superstar talent who wanted to find his way in the NBA. The front office focused on making some trades and surrounding him right away without understanding exactly what Anthony Davis was going to be good at. Let's face it, he's still great, and there's still that opportunity for AD.
Ryan Anderson is checked in for the Rockets. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for him.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
Here's Holiday following the basket by Chris Paul. Again, Holiday missing.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And the shot goes in. And now it's a 12-point Houston lead.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you can credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
And Davis can't get it to go. And here are the Rockets now. Here's Gordon. Off with the layup. Here's Clark, defended by Gordon. Knocks it loose. Here's Clark. He had 13 points in the win against the Lakers. Count the basket. Rockets leading by 10. Mbamute with it. Now guarded by Mirotic.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And so here is New Orleans. And here's Holiday. Talking about that win against the Lakers. He was a big factor in that game as well.
Enjoyed that unselfish play from Holiday for that swing pass to the open teammate.
And there's Ryan Anderson on the assist by Paul. Anderson's got his first basket of the night.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
And Holiday, here we go. Here's Davis. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Yeah, got to feel good about the way you started this one, guys, as he is making almost everything out there and giving his team a good, solid boost.
Shots good from Mbamute.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Holiday with it. Chris Paul covering. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Davis has got 11.
Oh, man, a hot start for him. He's hit 5 of his first 7.
Ariza no luck. Pelicans trail by 10. Miller with a wide open look. No good from outside. On offense, here are the Rockets. Gordon goes in. Here's Ariza, goes back up, and that's 2 points on the layup. Ariza's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
The dish to Miller. There's the 3. Miller with another miss. Rockets leading by 12.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Anthony Davis. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level, averaging about 31 points, 12 rebounds, and almost 3.5 blocks. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
And the first one at the line is good. Brent, you have 2 championship rings. Some guys would kill for 1. Talk about a season where you thought you would capture a title, but for some reason it just wasn't meant to be.
It's interesting, after the 2005 championship in San Antonio, coming back in 2006, I thought we were destined to get the job done that very next year. And it's funny how slight the difference is between a championship season and just a contending season, Kevin. An injury, a bounce, a foul, a free throw. It makes you appreciate the fragility of what a championship season is all about.
Well said. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Now let's step back and have a look at the top passing teams in the NBA this season. Second, the Pelicans.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
Here is Mbamute, and the dunk by Mbamute.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 7. Davis on the follow. Davis has got 13.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Here is Mbamute. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 14. To the wing on the left. Mirotic has a wide-open look. Kept alive.
And that's a rare sight. Usually shooters make the defense pay when they're that lackadaisical.
And Mbamute can't get it to go. Well, for New Orleans, shooting it well so far today, guys. They've connected on 48% of their shots. Wasted no time on that one. Clark's got his second bucket tonight.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
And the dunk by Mbamute.
Well, I like how Chris Paul resets the floor on that possession. Very quick on how he distributes the ball there.
Knocked away. Holiday with it. Chris Paul covering. Here's Mirotic. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 5th assist in this one.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Dishes it to Gordon. He sinks the 11-footer. And the Rockets lead by 13.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Miller's got room. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
And Anderson slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Miller with a screen on Paul. Holiday dishes to Miller. Passes it to Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Right now, AD is shooting an efficient percentage from the field and is scoring extremely well.
And finished off by Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We come back right after this. Hey, you talked to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific player.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Such a great way to get yourself into an offensive groove and build up some early confidence.
Gordon is out there with Luke Mbamute. Then it's Chris Paul. Then there's Anderson. And it's Green in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And Luke Ba'amute, the Prince, as many know him, very good forward out of UCLA. Brent, he can help with offense, but his biggest contributions for sure come on the defensive end.
And a lot of things, Kevin, for Mba'amute is just positional outcome. Maybe not a lot of blocks, maybe not a lot of steals, but a good solid defender that gets his minutes out there because he's willing and committed to that end of the floor.
Free throw, Mba'amute. Good. Houston making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Rajon Rondo's checked in for New Orleans. And Mba'amute drops them both. Ray, you played all 4 years in college after redshirting your freshman season. What kind of advantage, as you look back on that, do you think it gave you, if any, in preparing for the pressures and the style of the NBA?
I don't know so much, Kevin, if it gave me an advantage with regards to the pressures of the league, but certainly with regards to the physicality of the league, it's something that I desperately needed. Just a late developer, a late bloomer. I think I was about 175 pounds when I went off to college. Not a preferential playing weight for the NBA. So I needed that year just in terms of the maturity of what I needed physically.
Harden gets the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Rondo. Again, Rondo missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
No good that time. And New Orleans will come the other way. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. No coverage that time. 6 points for Nikola Mirotic.
Well, in this day and age, big men shoot more and more three-pointers, and he's fully capable of a triple. Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Rondo kicks to Mirotic. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. 8 points for Nikola Mirotic.
And you can sense that Rondo taking some pride in shredding the D with his passing. Has exceptional vision. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now here's Rondo. Hill, a screen on Harden. And Mirotic kicks to Hill. Clark for 3. They grab their own miss. The shot comes out. Houston leading by 18. And it's Gordon penetrating. Doesn't go for him. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Harden against Rondo. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Gordon. Harden's got 6 points in the quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And Eric Gordon has long been noted as a terrific shooter, but I felt like he was able to display just how great he can be last season. Had that green light whenever he was on the floor and really near the top of the league in terms of threes attempted and made.
So for the Rockets, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Anderson, and it's P.J. Tucker in for Mba'amute. And then for New Orleans, Emeka Okafor, he's checked in for Anthony Davis, and it's Etuan Moore checking in for Ian Clark. Now here is Hill. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And for Gordon, he's been a great catch-and-shoot player in the past, Greg. The difference last season was the improvement in his pull-up threes.
And there is a world of difference between shooting a three off the pass as opposed to off the dribble. The pull-up threes are what make players like Steph Curry so hard to guard. And when Gordon added that to his game, I think it helped his overall ability to score the basketball.
So it's the Pelicans now. The Rockets making the shot. Mirotic the screen. 5 on the clock. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Rockets.
And their offense centered around the three-point shot. That was the guiding principle on every trip. Their first goal was finding an open look beyond the arc, getting that extra point every chance they could.
First free throw is good.
And when Mirotic first came over to the NBA, he made a big splash, showed that he can act as that stretch four and contribute. Unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved as a player since that rookie year.
Good on both. And for Mirotic, a lot of his lack, Greg, of progression as a player has come from inconsistency.
And you can see it in his field goal percentage as well as when he plays. It needs to find more consistency in every facet of the game. But young enough, I think, to still make that happen.
Here's Hill, following the score by Houston. Rondo with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Mirotic the screen. Here's Rondo, and the pass to Mirotic. Here's Moore. Hits the jumper in space. Moore's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Each Moore doesn't get a lot of open touches, but when he does, he's got to be prepared to shoot. So lets that one go quickly.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
New Orleans gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And Gordon over to help. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Outside Rondo, pass to Okafor. Down low, Mirotic. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Hill left side. That 3 off the mark.
And it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
Here's Gordon. That shot off. Good D by Rondo. Hill with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Outside Rondo. And the 3 off target.
He sunk that 3 in the first, but's yet to make another one.
And the basket by Gordon.
Great finish from Gordon in traffic. You like to see the smaller guys operate down low as long as they're patient.
Rondo with the ball. Mirotic the screen. Moore left side. Fires from deep. Rockets with the rebound. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game, and that will be the 3rd of 5 straight played at home. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
For Houston, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Gordon. And so he hits both. And the Pelicans' 2017 first-round pick went to the Kings as part of the DeMarcus Cousins trade. Brent, how does this team find help along the perimeter?
A lot of this comes down to the Pelicans and scouting not only the NBA and the college ranks, but maybe the international ranks to try to find some guys to come in and be not only 3-and-D players, but also good cohesive players to play alongside what DeMarcus Cousins can do and what Anthony Davis provides.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
And let's take this chance to break out the real stats, real scores from the real NBA and the list of the league's leading teams in steals. Fifth best, the Rockets.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Now here's Rondo. Rondo is doubled, stolen by Tucker. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. They get a hand on it. Feeds to Moore, over Green, and Okafor slams it in.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his third assist on the night. Ariza goes in. Let's go. Second shot opportunity, and they pick up 2. Ariza's got 8.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Now Rondo. Mirotic the screen. Rondo kicks to Mirotic. It's Hill on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Okafor sets the pick for Hill. He's off on that one. And Houston the other way now. Outside, Green. And it's Green slamming it down.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. And so it's New Orleans with it, following the score by Houston. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Clint Capella, he's really producing here second half of the season. 5th in field goal percentage, 9th in blocks, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer, understands the offense, moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
And Paul with the basket on the assist from Capella. 8 points for Chris Paul.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And Capella over to help, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out west. Taking a look at Houston. They've got their eye on the number 1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And checking out New Orleans, down 4 spots from them.
And I think for New Orleans, they've had a tremendous year. There were a lot of people waiting for them to take that tumble late in the season. Well, those people might be waiting for a little while longer.
Well, tumbles happen in gymnastics class, not with this team. I can say that for sure. All that's left to wonder about is how deep a run this team's going to make.
Holiday with it. Chris Paul covering. Mirotic sets the screen for Holiday. And here's Moore outside. Okafor, the pass to Mirotic. And Moore kicks to Holiday. On the wing, Miller. Ariza covering. Here's Mirotic. And again, no good by New Orleans.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. Yeah, and really, since moving over to the point guard spot, Harden has been unstoppable. Just a nightly triple-double threat.
Elbow. 2.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
James Harden taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. New Orleans making some changes here. Davis comes in for Emeka Okafor. And Ian Clark subbed in for Ejuan Moore. Harden hits them both. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 47%, pretty solid. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
And so here is New Orleans. Clark for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Paul's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin, on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty.
Now, here is Mirotic. He's got 12. And stolen by Mirotic. New Orleans moving the ball around. Knocks it loose. He dishes it to Clark. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Textbook bounce pass there, perfectly timed.
Capella. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Miller with a screen on Ariza. Up off the screen, and it's Davis with the jam.
Whenever AD is floating around the basket like he was there, you know if he gets the ball, he's going to go for the jam.
It's stolen by Davis. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Here's Clark. And it's good off the back rim and in. Clark's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Outside, Davis. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Harden. Here's the break. Ahead, here's Ariza. Finished off the break. Ariza's got 12 points in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Davis sets a screen. Off the pick. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And that's now 9 points for Drew Holiday. Here's Clark. 8 points for him. They get it back. Goes up again. And Davis puts it in. Davis has got 21 in the game.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Double team on Holiday. Poked loose, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Clark for three. It's rebounded by Houston. Anderson's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Holiday dishes to Davis. Here's Mirotic, and that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Mirotic has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for New Orleans. And so it's the Houston Rockets, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Alongside Coach Alvin Gentry. Alvin, what sorts of adjustments are you going to make in the second half?
Well, we just got to get ourselves organized. We got to get back. We got to take better shots. You know, the problem that we have is we're taking bad shots and they're running out on them. We just got to take good shots and we got to get back and get our defense set.
The best defense is offensive efficiency. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. James Harden was the man in the first. He ended up with 22 points, 2 assists, and also 3 steals. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
I'll tell you, we could see that the Beard is an annual MVP candidate. Premier shot creator, endless tricks for drawing foul, and he hits big, big shots. We've seen it all through 2 quarters. This is a guy you could build the entire offense around.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
Sloppy ball, way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that, Ernie. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside, because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, it'd be a different story. But if was a fifth, Ernie, you know the rest.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
And as we return to Houston, Texas, a terrific look at the skyline here. The Toyota Center, part of that great landscape. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. And here's New Orleans now. So for New Orleans right now, they've got Etuan Moore. Rajon Rondo is out there with Holiday. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Okafor in at the 5. And Drew Holiday is 6'4", maybe Brent closer to 6'5" in shoes. Huge for the point guard position.
Well, that size helps him out a lot defensively, especially when he uses his hands as well as he does. You know, most of the point guards in the league, Kevin, are good defensively at tipping passes and predicting plays. Drew Holiday has all of the physical sets to be a more dominant defender at that position.
First one falls for him.
And when you look at the Pelicans, you got to expect for them to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. You've got the Twin Towers down low, and Drew Holiday is in the top handful, I think, of defensive point guards in the league.
And so he's able to get one of 2. And Drew Holiday at 6'4", great size for the point guard position.
And his height enables him to cover shooting guards. At the same time, he does a great job of keeping smaller players in front of him.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Chris Paul. Tipped away. And pushing it up is Houston Rockets again in transition. Yep, it counts. And that's now 24 points for James Harden.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
Pass to Okafor. He kicks to Davis. Rondo with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. No good from Moore.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. A baseline J. That's good from Paul on the assist from Tucker. Tucker's got his 8th assist here tonight.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 10. Kept alive. Here's Davis. The kick out to Holiday. Shot to stop the run. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Davis.
And plain and simple, they just don't have the three-point shot tonight. They'll need to keep taking them to keep the defense honest, but they can't expect it to be a major source of points the way they have been clanking it off the iron so far. Just a bad time to go cold from deep as a team.
On defense, Houston. In the second half, they've only given up one basket coming from the free throw line. Rondo kicks to Moore. Davis sets a screen. There's the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Look from Holiday. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Holiday's got 12 points in the game. Tucker the pass to Capella. And it's Emeka Okafor with the rebound. Okafor's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Now here's Moore. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Lets the 3 fly. Second chance shot. Outside for Davis. The pass to Moore. Back to Davis. Shoots over Tucker. That doesn't go either for Davis. The Rockets have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Ariza no luck. New Orleans has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Rondo with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Moore right side. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Ariza. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Pick by Okafor. The kick out to Holiday. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That is his first foul of the game. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Houston. Rockets on defense. On the wing, Davis. Capella covering. No good from Moore.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
Tucker. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Ariza against Moore. Outside, Davis. Puts up a 3. The Rockets pull it in.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Well, something in this frame for sure, but when you're out of rhythm, sometimes it's better to play the role of being the facilitator.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And again, no good by New Orleans. Here's Tucker. Another shot. And Capella with the layup. Capella's got 21.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
That's the kind of guy who does things that breaks the backs of their opponents because they're about wanting it more than the other guy you're up against.
Now, here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Now here's Rondo. He has 5. The feed to Okafor. Davis gets a wide open look. Davis can't get that one to fall.
You got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
It's stolen by Capella. And here we go. Ariza heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Ariza's got 14 points for the game.
Yeah, and credit Ariza for just staying active and coming up with the steal on that one. He was on the prowl and ready to catch him napping.
Now here's Rondo. Davis. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here's Rondo after Eric Gordon's bucket. Davis with a screen on Paul. Okafor with the ball. And guarded by Capella. Stolen by Gordon. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. 16 points for Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
From deep, Moore. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch. Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Hits it from 3-point range. Moore's got 9 points here in the second half.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Here's Tucker. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside, Davis. Rondo dishes to Moore. And Holiday, here we go. It's rebounded by Houston. Ariza's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the dunk by Capella.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Here's Holiday following the score by Houston. Picked by Okafor. Puts it up from 12. No good from Moore.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And Davis pulls it down. Well, for New Orleans, shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Moore against Ariza. And Moore kicks to Holiday. Moore outside for 3. Sinks the triple. Moore's got 12 now in this quarter.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And the dunk by Capella.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
New Orleans has gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Rondo with the ball. Chris Paul covering. No good from Moore. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Okafor with the screen on Paul. Rondo kicks to Okafor, and Okafor slams it in.
And Rondo is a problem in that pick and roll, picking the defense apart with his passing. And how about the career progression of Trevor Ariza? He came into this league somewhat as an energy player who, obviously could attack the rim. Now he's one of those guys who's primarily a 3-and-D component.
Here's Tucker. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Now here's Moore. He's got 18. Davis with it. Chris Paul covering. Back to Moore. 5 to shoot. Off target with his 3.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Rondo against Paul. The drive by Rondo. Here's Davis. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got his 8th assist in the game. Okafor with the steal. 1:51 left to play in the third. Buries the long-range jumper.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Now here's Rondo after Clint Capella's miss. Davis with a screen on Paul. Rondo passes to Davis. The kick out to Holiday. They get it back. Knocked loose. He feeds it to Rondo. Moore in the corner. The three-pointer is right on target. Moore's got 24 points.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second. So far, he's a can't-miss player, a superb scorer who plays to his strength.
And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Back to Davis. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Capella.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
PJ Tucker taking 2 shots.
Two.
The first free throw is good. Houston with a big group substitution here. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Capella. And Mba'amute comes in for Trevor Ariza. Green, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's James Harden in for Chris Paul. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Mirotic is checked in for Okafor. Solomon Hill comes in for Davis. Darius Miller, he's checked in for Ejuan Moore. And Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday. Both free throws good from Tucker. The Pelicans shooting 37% so far in the third quarter, and they're not satisfied with this lack of offensive execution.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Rondo kicks to Miller. Green with the rebound.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
And the dunk by Mba'amute.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big foul. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Rockets ahead, finishing the quarter on a tremendous 8-0 run. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Forget about the score and let's compete. Just compete. That's all. Not that hard to do now.
Without worrying about what's led up to this point, Alvin Gentry trying to refocus his players' efforts.
Yeah, I mean, dwelling on the point differential at this point isn't going to fix anything. But all five guys giving maximum effort, that might be a cure-all for a whole lot.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Rockets, Anderson is out there with Luke Mba'amute. Then it's Green, then it's Harden, then it's Nene, and at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Shots good from Mba'amute.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Right, you're down by double digits. You have to play with maximum intensity just to have a chance to come back. Not seeing it here.
And the basket by Hill.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And Nene slams it in.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Kicks it to Hill. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Well, got to admire the stroke that time from Hill, able to knock down the 3-ball.
Nene down low. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. New Orleans making a switch here. Liggins is checked in. The Pelicans have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Drew passes to Diallo. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And Baamute's got his 4th rebound in this one. Anderson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Well, Ryan Anderson, a terrific deep threat in stretch 4.
And I remember last season when he told reporters that a heckler yelled out at him, "Hey, Ryan, you look like a math teacher." And you know, we've heard a lot of these off-the-wall heckles before. But the irony is it's oftentimes the strange ones that tend to stick with you more. And that's an example of it right there.
First one falls for him. In other sports, the drafts have so many rounds, the scouts have a lot of work to do. But with only 2 rounds in the NBA draft, Brent, can the GM really just cover most of it?
I think the GMs, at least the smartest GMs, Kevin, have a great team behind them that gets out there, gathers as much information as possible, and does as much in terms of not only the play, but the player, the dynamics of the player, his characteristics, what he's about, to bring all that information to a general manager and present it to him before the draft. Teams do a great job of targeting guys that they think are going to enhance their roster.
And now the international realm comes into play, too.
Well, if I signed you up for my Mediterranean scouting service, Kevin, would you do it?
Yeah, I do it for free.
I'll see you over there.
And so here is New Orleans. The Rockets making the shot. There's the pick. Miller kicks to Diallo. Hill has the open look. Again, missing Hill. Rockets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's Harden. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got 26 points.
Yeah, they're having a tough time containing Harden here tonight. No surprise there.
The kick out to Hill. New Orleans moving it around. Drew misses. For Houston, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. New Orleans has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. To the left side wing. There's a screen. Jumper off the screen. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And it's blocked. It's Anderson with the drive. And the layup's good off the glass. Anderson's got 5 points now this quarter.
You can definitely make the case that Anderson got hit on that play, but he finds his way through the contact. That's some strength shown there.
Here's Drew, guarded by Harden. Stolen by Anderson. For the finish, and finished off by Anderson.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
That's the attack mindset with which they entered the game with, and I wouldn't expect them to let up now.
For New Orleans, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Here's Houston now. They're on an 11-3 run. It's Harden with the drive, and good that time. 28 points for him.
the tenacity, the attention to detail. It's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly. And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Here's Diallo. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Yeah, he's certainly able to shoot over the top of people. High percentage look right there from the mid-range.
Here's Drew, out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Yeah, this is where you have to sharpen up your passing. That's a careless turnover.
Harden dishes to Nene.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that on the inbounds play. Exactly the way they drew it up.
New Orleans has gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Drew passes to Liggins, puts up a 3. The shot comes out, so Houston will take it the other way. The drive by Green. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Drew, and Harden comes to help. And it's Miller in the corner. The dish to Liggins. Hey, Brent, with the size and speed of NBA athletes, could we see the court widened out at some point, whether it's the lane or even the boundaries widened?
That's a great question, Kevin. I often thought that the league should widen the court to the point where the 23-9 three-point line should be an exact semicircle.
Is the same, yes.
Which would extend the court another couple feet on each end and create more space, more driving opportunities, more room to watch the greatest athletes in the world do what they do best. That's run, jump, pass, and entertain us. So maybe the league looks at it. Right now, I don't think there's any plans for it, but it's a great question.
At the line, Larry Drew. 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Tarek Black, he's checked in for the Rockets. Paul comes in for James Harden. And New Orleans also making a change. Emeka Okafor is checked in for Diallo. No good on the second free throw. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level. Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Pelicans shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. Drew passes to Okafor. On the wing, Miller. Hill against Anderson. 6 on the shot clock and taken away by Paul. And it's Houston on the break. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
Now, Chris Paul having one of those great scoring nights that he does on occasion, just filling it up right now.
Drew misses. The Rockets shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. It's Anderson with the drive. Yep, that one goes. Anderson's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Drew passes to Hill. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Anderson. Goes up. Up again.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Miller outside. Okafor with the ball. Working on Black, and it's Okafor missing.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
They get the rebound. Hall. Good D by Miller.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. Brent, it is an era of shorter player contracts, sometimes with opt-outs after 1 or 2 years. Does that breed too much of a win-now mentality among teams?
Well, so shorter contracts, Kevin, but taller players?
Yeah, exactly. You've got it.
Okay, all right. You know, it's interesting the way that teams want to set themselves up. Obviously, if you have a bona fide star, you want to do what you can to lock him up and have him as part of your organization and the concrete and the foundation for what you do moving forward. But a lot of guys certainly on the move and on loan for seasons where they want to take a shot at the true contenders.
Failure to extend the defense not going to get you back in this game.
Yeah, it's just a big mistake against a great shooter. It feels like they've just completely lost their focus.
Diallo, he's checked in for New Orleans. Here's Drew. Just 5 on the clock. Poked away. Here's Black. And that one is hammered home.
And a hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one. And the Pelicans shooting around 41% on the night. Here's Drew. Dishes to Okafor. It's stolen by Green. To the left wing. Here's Black. Again, the Rockets score.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
Drew passes to Diallo. Green against Hill. And Brent, every year on average, it seems like players get a little taller, they can jump a little higher, they run a little faster. What are your thoughts about raising the rim above 10 feet where it stands now?
That's a great question, Kevin. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But
you had I can see you shaking your head and you kind of laughed at it.
I just can't see it
the
happening.
The game is hard enough as it is right now, right? Is that what you're saying?
It is. I like your idea about making the court a little bit bigger, but 10 feet seems to be a pretty good number for where that tin sits.
About right, huh? And taken away by Paul. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
Well, Chris Paul showing no fear down low amongst the trees.
Here's Liggins, and Paul over to help. That's tipped.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Rockets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And I think coming into this game, these guys felt they had the confidence to win. And looking at the season they've had already, 58 wins in the books. Tonight will be win number 59.
And not just a win tonight, guys, but a win on the season series as well, as they finish with 3 out of 4 games against this opponent.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Chris Paul.
He painted a great picture on the offensive end with the ball movement tonight, really racked up some assists, and had some pretty sweet passes to go along with it.
And he knocks down the first one. Brent, the NBA has a new CBA, a collective bargaining agreement. How big a win is this for everyone involved?
I don't think the league has been in a better situation than it is right now, Kevin. And for the fact that labor discussions all took place behind closed doors without anything sneaking out underneath them, I think it was great for the league. It's been great for Adam Silver. It's been great for the Players Association. So it's nice to see the train keep rolling. The team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
Good on the bucket. Paul's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
That's when Chris Paul kicks in that extra gear, 4th to 5th. And I love how he slips past the D on the drive.
Picked by Okafor. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
Yeah, really trying to sell it out there, but the official he ain't buying.
Miller's checked in for Diallo. Timeout called, the Rockets. And as he gets later and later in his career, it is clear that Chris Paul is one of the great point guards Brent ever to play.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Chris Paul could be the 2nd greatest point guard ever to play in the NBA. Certainly has never dominated the way that Magic Johnson has, and most of that because of the height and not looking to score as much. But he's right there on that Stockton level, that Isaiah Thomas level. Appreciate the way he goes about his business.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
And as good a point guard play as you'll see. He's controlled the game with his passing skills. And as good as he's been as a distributor, the only job his teammates need to worry about is getting open.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Makes it off the glass.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
He gets that one.
And you can tell they're ready to start celebrating a well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, you can see the fans. They've already started celebrating themselves. A gutty performance.
And the basket by Hill.
Hill burrowing inside, and because of his size, he's able to do that, get around the rim and finish.
They kick it out to Green. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And he makes that one.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
And taken away by Johnson. Here's Black. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
You know, didn't need two hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. It was just our defense. Obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.